Finally, good morning, everyone. We've had some computer issues, but we are ready to start this docket this 20th day of August 2025. We are on the record in Butler County District Court, case number 2025 TR 1259, State of Kansas versus Daniel Meraz Martin David. Mr. Daniel Meraz, you are charged in count 1 with operating a motor vehicle without a valid license, a Class B misdemeanor. The penalty for this charge, if you were to be convicted, includes a fine up to $1,000 and a jail sentence up to 6 months, although probation is usually given. Do you wish to have an attorney represent you on this, sir? You can apply for a court appointed if you cannot afford an attorney, or you can waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself.
Pues voy a pagar la multa.
¿Cuál va a ser la multa?
I'm going to pay the fine.
Does that mean you're going to proceed on your own behalf without a legal attorney today?
Sí.
Yes.
Before we proceed, do you understand, though, that you can hire an attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed?
No, sí está bien.
No, I'm fine.
Well, I just need to make sure you understand you have the right to do that if you want. You don't have to, but do you understand you have the right?
Sí.
Yes.
And knowing that you can have an attorney, you wish to give up your right to an attorney and proceed without one?
Sí.
Yes.
Is anyone making you give up your right to an attorney, forcing you to represent yourself today, or promising you something if you do?
No.
No.
All right, then Deputy, do you have a waiver of counsel form for him to read in Spanish and sign?
Interpreter, would you explain to him to up in my corner up here is where he needs to print his name. Would you have him print his name and his last name correctly?
Okay, gracias. Do I need to put it in order? I mean, first my first name and then my last name?
They want your last name and then your first name, as I understand it. Deputy, is that what it says?
No, I'm not really. I don't really care about that. He could put his first name, but his last name
Last name is Daniel.
is Daniel hyphen Meraz.
Meraz
Is okay. Is that MEROZ
yes.
or X?
AZ.
AZ?
AZ.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and print that and then sign right there after you read it.
You seem to read in Spanish. Do you read Spanish, sir?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Read and sign, Judge.
No.
Do you have any questions at all about what you just signed or the rights you've given up?
No.
No.
All right. Again, I will have the records reflect that you have knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to counsel, that is, an attorney, both in writing and in word, spoken word.
Okay.
Then I will ask you, sir, how do you plead to count 1, operating a motor vehicle without a valid license in Butler County on June 2nd of 2025?
Pues culpable, pues no la traba. No.
Well, guilty. I didn't have one.
All right. By pleading guilty, are you admitting that you were driving on a highway or roadway open to the public and you did not have a valid driver's license?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, the officer in your citation says he stopped you while you were driving in the 1100 block of West 21st Street Northeast in Butler County. Would you agree with that being the location you were driving?
Sí, es correcto.
It is correct.
All right. And the officer says he stopped you and gave you a warning for an expired tag that you were pulling. The tag on the trailer had a Mexico ID and a
Bueno, y el oficial indica de que lo detuvo y le dio una advertencia por una placa ya expirada que usted estaba jalando.
Ujú.
La placa tenía una identificación de México.
And then, Mr. Regier, I see on the court comments a note about a fake Kansas DL. Is that in reference to a driver's license or something to do with the tag, or do you know?
Señor Gear, veo de que también en los comentarios una nota acerca de un Kansas de L se referiría a licencia de conducir o algo que tiene que ver con la placa. ¿Usted sabría?
No, no sabría.
No, señor Gear, no es para usted.
Your Honor, the court comments attached to the ticket do appear to refer to both a Mexico ID and a fake Kansas DL. While I have not had the opportunity to research the matter in full, the state would understand that traditionally DL is an abbreviation for driver's license.
Bueno, su señoría, el tribunal comenta de que adjunto a esta infracción aparece referido a ambos, tanto una identificación de México, así como también una de Kansas de L, que son falsas. Bueno, no he tenido la oportunidad de poder hacer la investigación de este caso en su totalidad, pero el Estado entendería de que tradicionalmente DL es la abreviación de Driver's License o licencia de conducir en español.
All right, well, Mr. Danielle Miraz, it looks like the officer could have possibly cited you for not only the expired tag on the trailer, but also possessing a fake Kansas driver's license. But the only thing he actually wrote you for that causes you to be in court today is the driving without a valid driver's license.
Bueno, señor Daniel Meraz, aparentemente el oficial pudo haber posiblemente enviado una orden de comparecencia para usted, no solo por la placa expirada del tráiler, pero también por poseer una licencia de conducir de Kansas falsa, pero la única cosa que en realidad él escribió es de que, bueno, y que deriva de que usted esté presente en el tribunal el día de hoy, es conducir sin una licencia de conducir válida.
Ujú.
And do I understand correctly that you're admitting that you were driving without a valid license when the officer stopped you on 21st Street on June 2nd of 2025?
Pero entiendo correctamente, señor, de que usted está admitiendo de que usted estaba conduciendo sin una licencia de conducir válida cuando el oficial lo detuvo en la 21 Street el día 2 de junio del año 2025.
Sí,
Yes.
Mr. Regier, is that block of 21st Street indeed in Butler County?
Mr. Regier, esa cuadra de la 21 Street se encuentra de por sí en el condado de Butler.
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
Un momento, su señoría.
I'm presuming that's the road that comes out close to the church there on Ohio Street, just north of Augusta.
Asumo que esa es la pista que se encuentra cerca a la iglesia, que se encuentra sobre la OH Street, al norte de Augusta.
Your Honor, the ticket in this matter does appear to refer to a location on 1100 West 21st Street North. The state understands that is within Butler County boundaries, specifically within Andover city limits, in close proximity to a medical facility commonly known as Kansas Medical Center.
Su señoría, esta infracción de este caso aparentemente se refiere a la ubicación 1100 West de la 21 Street Norte y el Estado entiende que se encuentra dentro de los límites del condado de Butler, específicamente dentro de la ciudad de Andover, y con una proximidad cercana a las instalaciones médicas comúnmente conocidas como Kansas Medical Center.
Would you agree, Mr. Daniel, that that's the area you were in?
Señor Daniel, ¿usted estaría de acuerdo que ese es el área en la cual usted se encontraba?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, I will accept your plea, finding that I have jurisdiction and finding you having knowingly and voluntarily entered this plea. So I will find you guilty. A
Okay.
couple of follow-up questions, though. Is anyone making you enter this plea today?
No.
No.
And do you understand that if I continue to accept this plea, you will not have a trial? You will have given up your right to trial. You will be found guilty and sentenced today. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
And that is how you want me to proceed still.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, then again, as I said, I find you guilty. And are there any recommendations from the state before I determine sentence, Mr. McGear?
Yes, Your Honor. The state understands that this is defendant who appears pursuant to the notice to appear date on the ticket, and it would appear that the defendant has entered a guilty plea to count 1, which does appear to be a Class B misdemeanor based off the ticket. The state understands the court has previously referred to the particular facts of this case as indicated on the ticket, which the state does have particular concerns about given the nature of this matter. To that end, the state is recommending a $300 fine, that the court impose court costs, that the court impose the maximum underlying sentence allowed by law for a Class B misdemeanor of 6 months. The state is not opposed to non-reporting probation in this matter. However, the state is recommending a non-reporting probationary period of 12 months.
Right, Mr. Daniel Meraz, the state has just given me their recommendations before I set your sentence. You're welcome to make any recommendations you want. You don't have to say anything, but I would consider what you have to say, if anything.
Todo está bien.
Everything is okay.
All right, then, sir, your sentence will be a fine of $300 plus court costs of $108 for a total due of $408.
Okay.
Are you able
Okay.
to pay that today, or would you need some time? I can give you some time to pay if you want.
I'm paid today.
You can pay the $408 today.
¿Usted puede
Yes.
pagar los $408 el día de hoy?
Yes.
Yes.
Sí.
Very well. Your sentence will also include a 6-month jail sentence, which will be suspended. You will not have to serve that as long as you successfully complete a 12-month or 1-year non-reporting probation. You will
Okay.
not have to see a probation officer, but for the next 12 months, you will be on probation. If you
Okay.
violate your probation in the next year, it could be revoked and you could have to serve the 6-month jail sentence. So if you do not want your probation revoked, you need to make sure you understand the following terms and comply with them for 1 year.
Okay. Está
First
bien.
condition of probation is to violate no laws for the next year. The second order of condition is to pay the $408 today at the clerk of the district court office before you leave. And the third and final condition is that you make arrangements with the officer to get your picture and prints taken today. Deputy,
Okay.
he will not have to post a bond because he does not have to come back to court unless he violates his probation. Of course, if he's already been processed, he won't have to repeat it.
Yeah, we've
desde
set him
luego.
up to go out and get it done.
Do you need him to visit with you and the interpreter in a breakout room, Deputy? All right, is there anything else, Mr. Regier, we need to take up in this hearing?
Not from the state's perspective, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess then unless Mr. Daniel Meraz has anything further.
No, todo está bien. Gracias.
No, everything is okay. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to note that the officer wrote on your ticket that you were very polite and respectful to him. Thank you for that, sir.
Gracias a ustedes también.
Thanks to you guys also.
All right, you may go, sir, but don't forget to pay.
Mire, señoría, se puede retirar, pero no se olvide de pagar. Ok,
Bye-bye.
hasta luego.
Judge,
Yes.
just to let you know, I've got 13 more people here at the Sally Port.
All right, I'll try to balance them off with those that are on the screen. Who do you want to do first?
Uh,
Do you have a Sean Newman? I have a note that Sean Newman is anxious. He has another obligation or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's two CSOs on here for him.
Oh, a CSO is on here for Sean Newman. Where is Sean Newman? Let's call him up next. Thank you, Missy.
Sean Newman. Hey, I got him here at the Sally Port.
Let's bring him up.
All right, he's here.
We are on the record in 2022 TR 59, State of Kansas versus Sean Warren Lamont Newman. Jared Regier appears for the state. CSO, is that who you're here for, Marcy Taronis?
Yes, it is. And I also have Julie McClendon from Sedgwick County here as well.
Julie McClendon from Sedgwick County Probation. Last I knew, Darren Patterson was his attorney. Mr. Newman, are you still going to have Mr. Patterson as your court-appointed attorney?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And have you talked to him about being here today?
No, not today. I didn't get a chance to speak to him today.
Are you going to hire him or are you applying for court-appointed?
I usually go with court appointed.
Right. Have you filled out an application for court-appointed attorney?
No, not yet.
Have you changed any financial circumstances since Mr. Patterson was your attorney?
No.
Well, you do have the right to an attorney since you're looking at having your probation revoked and to serve your jail sentence. Are you going to ask for an attorney then, or are you proceeding on your own behalf today?
For an attorney.
All right. Well, CSOs, we may have to continue this to get his attorney here, and it'll probably be on a Monday or a Wednesday afternoon. Is there one day that's better for the probation officers than the other, a Monday morning or a Wednesday afternoon?
As
Either.
long as I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Marcy.
No, go ahead,
As-
Julie.
As long as I have notice, either one works for me, Your Honor.
All right, and CSO Julie, what's your last name?
McClendon, McClendon.
We have an attorney, William McClendon in Eureka. Is he related?
Married into it, so I'm not aware.
All right, well, he's a fine young man and a good attorney, so you do your family well if he's not related or if he is, but it's William McClendon out of Eureka. All right, so we'll try to give you enough notice. What do we have available, clerk? What's clerk did I say I'm using again? Is that Jenna?
Destiny, Your Honor.
Destiny, when can we move this maybe to, I'm thinking a Wednesday afternoon that Mr. Patterson might already be committed to?
Well, I'm not sure on that one. I had a Monday of November 10th at 9 a.m. if that would work, but I can also look for a Wednesday afternoon.
I think Wednesday afternoon might fit the court's schedule a little better. He's usually here on the interpreter docket. I don't really want to put it on that, but maybe if we put it at the top of the interpreter docket.
Um,
And Mr. Regier, feel free to make recommendations on this matter. I don't like to set the show causes over too long, so if we have to go with a Monday, that'd be fine too.
I think the earliest that I really have, Your Honor, is going to be October 22nd. That's a Wednesday afternoon at 1:30.
All right. Is that far enough, you think, out, Ms. McClendon, that you might be able to be back? by Zoom
Well-
again?
I show that October 22nd through the 24th, we have our CAXO
That
meeting.
sounds like, okay, I'm not sure what that is, but that sounds like a not available to me.
Yeah,
Court appointed something, maybe. Court,
yeah,
county.
it's the Kansas Association of Court Services Officers.
Okay, that sounds like Ms. Taroni's might be unavailable as well, so. Well, what else do you have then, Destiny?
The week after on the 29th.
October 29th will work for me.
All right, we'll set this over to October 29th at 1:30. Mr. Newman, I'm going to order that you be present at the courthouse again like you are today.
Yes, ma'am.
That is our district policy for show cause hearings, is that the defendant be in the courthouse, so. And then Mr. Regier, I trust that'll give you time to re-subpoena Ms. McClendon and Ms. Taroni's.
I should imagine so, Your Honor. The state would also request clarification as to whether the court is continuing the bond in this matter.
Looks like his current bond is a $1,000 security with second chance bail bond posted May 28th, 2025. I will continue that bond, Mr. Newman, with the added condition that you be back here at that date and time in the courthouse, and that if you're going to apply for attorney, you get that done before you leave the courthouse, get it back to the officers. Once you find out who the court-appointed attorney is, probably Mr. Patterson, you get a hold of him and be prepared for this hearing come the date that I gave you of October 29th at 1:30.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else, Mr. Regier?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Newman?
No, Your Honor.
All right, get that filled out and leave it with the officer. Thank you. And then call back in a couple of days to find out who the attorney is for sure, if you don't know when you leave the courthouse.
Okay, okay.
CSOs, do either of you want to see him between now and then?
I already have an appointment set for him to report to me this afternoon.
All right, well, common sense would say you probably ought to be on your best behavior between now and the show cause hearing. All right. And Mr. Newman, have you been advised of what the allegations of violations are?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need me to go back over those with you?
No, ma'am.
All right. Talk to Mr. Patterson about those before court. You may go then. You are excused, Ms. McClendon. Thank you for making yourself available, and for this supervision, you're excused. And
Thank
Mr.
you, Your
Ron- You're welcome. Ms. Taroni's, do you have anyone else on the docket today?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right.
Yeah, fill it out and get it back to us.
Okay.
And then the deputy will tell us who's next.
Last name Mendoza.
With what
First
letter? A V?
name, huh?
Is that a V, Victor Mendoza, did you say?
No, M. Mendoza.
Okay.
What's your first name? Prisciliano. Prisciliano Mendoza.
All right, we are on the record in 2022 TR 2328, State of Kansas versus Prisciliano Mendoza. Jared Regier for the state. Defendant appears in person and pro se. I show you've had Darren Patterson before, though. Is that correct?
Could you repeat yourself?
Yes, I show that Darren Patterson has represented you in the past. Is he still representing you?
No.
Your Honor,
Okay. Yes, Mr. Regier.
forgive my interjection, Your Honor, but but the state does have a recommendation in this matter based off of the previous journal entry of sentencing.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this is a case where it does appear that the court proceeded to disposition and sentencing in December of 2020.
Okay.
The journal entry of misdemeanor conviction sentencing does appear to refer to a date by which the case was to be paid in full, or requiring the defendant to appear in court on that same date, based off of the state's understanding, at least as of March of 2023. There was an outstanding balance in this case. The state does respectfully submit that this matter should be sent to collections.
Yeah.
All right, so December 19th of 2022, the defendant with counsel Darren Patterson, both present via Zoom at separate locations, entered a plea agreement. The defendant pled guilty to counts 1 and 2, was found guilty of same, was sentenced on count 1 to $100 and a 90-day jail sentence with a 6-month non-reporting probation. On count 2, $63. Count 3 was dismissed. Attorney fees were waived. The court costs of $108 were imposed, and he was told to pay the total or appear for review March 13th of 2023. Looks like he neither paid nor appeared for his review. Therefore, the court could find him in violation, but this is not the hearing we intended to do that, or I would impose Mr. Patterson as his counsel if he qualified again. The financial balance is $271. I think he paid a cash bond. Let me double check that. It looks like he posted a $271 cash bond on May 31st, 2025. And since he paid cash instead of giving that to a bondsman, I would propose as an alternative, Mr. Regier, that rather than sending it to collections, that it be paid from his cash bond and then decide whether or not to proceed with reinstatement of probation or release him. Mr. Mendoza, you don't have an attorney here, but how do you feel about what the court has just said? Or do you want to talk to an attorney first?
No, I don't need to talk to one.
You want to proceed on your own behalf?
Yes,
Do you know that I can stop and have you apply for court appointed if you can't afford to hire an attorney?
yes,
And do you want to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed before we proceed further?
no,
You just want to continue on your own behalf?
yes,
All right, is anyone making you waive your right to an attorney?
no,
All right, then I'll have the record reflect that you're proceeding on your own behalf today, knowing you have the right to an attorney, but not exercising that right. On your own behalf, what do you think of the court's proposal of just paying the $271 out of your cash bond and maybe closing the case? Or transferring you to a non-reporting probation?
that sounds good to me.
All right, then Mr. Regier, how does the state feel about that?
Your Honor, on the issue of probation revocation, it would appear that, one moment, Your Honor.
I think he's here on his failure to appear for the review that was previously set rather than an actual warrant to show cause.
Your Honor, may I go off mic and off camera very briefly? I appear to be experiencing certain technical difficulties.
Yes, we'll take a brief recess for you to do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Regier, I see you're still on camera. Have you had a chance to research what you wanted to? Are you ready to go?
The state is prepared to proceed, Your Honor.
All right. We are back on the record in 2022 TR 2328, State of Kansas versus Prisciliano Mendoza. All parties as before. Mr. Regier.
Your Honor, this appears to be a case where the court had previously granted the defendant a 6-month non-reporting probationary period. The state is not aware of any warrants to show cause or orders extending probation before the court. Therefore, the state does respectfully submit. It would appear the statutory time frame for such a document appears to have elapsed. As to whether or not the cash bond is to be applied in this case, it would appear that the state is not aware of any necessary paperwork being executed to that effect. Therefore, the state does maintain its position, absent a contrary finding by the court, that this matter should be sent to collections.
All right. I am not going to send this to collections because I think it would complicate the defendant's ability to pay. And Mr. Mendoza, if you want that 271 cash bond applied to your balance, you'll need to go to the clerk's office and sign any necessary paperwork. And if anyone else posted that in their name as opposed to yours, such as a father, a brother, a girlfriend, they'll have to come down and sign the release of that to apply it to. But I will authorize that, and I'm going to set this on a Monday with Mr. Patterson in case for further review. Let's do, can we squeeze him in on October 29th at 8 a.m.? Destiny?
Your Honor, the 29th is a Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
And Your Honor,
27, yes,
is the court appointing the public defender to this matter? The state understands that previously on the record, the defendant had waived his right to counsel.
he did, you're right. So no, I'm not going to. All right, I'm going to approve Mr. Mendoza's application of bond to pay his case. That will be the order. And when payment is made, I'm going to close the case. Probation completed. Is that what you want me to do, Mr. Mendoza?
Yes, how long, how much do I need to pay?
Well, stop at the clerk's office and they'll tell you the balance. What I'm seeing on the computer system is 271, which is the amount of your bond. So you may be able to just apply your bond money directly if that has not been returned to you, and it doesn't look like it has.
Okay,
So stop by the clerk's office. They'll tell you how to get that paid. And I'm going to order that you pay that right away. And if you don't get it paid, then the notice will go up to Topeka to your license. You'll probably get your license suspended. And driving without a license is a pretty big deal.
okay, thank you.
So if you can get that signed over today, that's what I would want to see you do. But let's pull this in 1 week. Let's put this over. What's a week from today, Jen? 8/27.
It would be the 27th, Your Honor.
Let's set this over to 8/27 and make sure that you or whoever signed that bond gets it signed over to the clerk within the next week if you want to get this closed on by the 27th, on or before the 27th. And in the meantime, until the case
Okay,
is
thank
closed,
you.
of course, you're welcome. Now pay attention here, 1 more minute. Make sure that until this is closed, you don't violate your probation in any other way. Make sure that not only do you get it paid, but you also don't go out and violate any laws, because that could get your probation revoked. And if you didn't go out and get booked and printed as required, that could be a violation of your probation, but you're on bond, so I know you did get your picture and prints taken. So just don't go out and commit any new violation of the law between now and the time you get this case dismissed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You may go, and if you haven't paid, you need to be back here a week from today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You may go. I want to review that next week to make sure he paid and to close his case.
Judge, I have Christopher Calouette, starting with a C.
Caluette. I know that name, don't I, Mr. Caluette, from years past. We are on
Oh, a lot of years back.
a long time back, yes. On the record.
Yeah, I didn't have no gray hair back then.
You say you did or didn't?
Didn't.
Are you talking about you or me? Yeah, I didn't have it either.
Only both of us.
Yeah, we were a little younger. We're on the record in 2025 TR 1311, State of Kansas versus Christopher Lee Caluette. Jared Regier for the state, the defendant in person and pro se. Way up on the computer here. Mr. Caluette, in count 1, you're charged with driving while your license was suspended after a prior conviction for driving while suspended. That prior conviction elevates this to a Class A misdemeanor. That means your sentence could be up to 1 year in jail and your fine could be up to $2,500. Those are extremes, not necessarily what you get. Count 2 alleges you made an unsafe turn or stop and you failed by failing to give the proper signal. That's a traffic infraction. I believe there's a scheduled fine of $75 for that, but no jail time. The driving while suspended does allow you to either hire an attorney or, if you cannot afford one, to apply for court appointed. You can waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. However, do you want to talk to an
Well,
attorney?
I'm gonna
before-
apply for an attorney.
All right, fill out the application. Are you employed at this time?
I just got hired on part-time at Subway in Wichita.
Part-time at the sandwich restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you said part-time, like 20 hours a week?
I'm not even sure yet.
Okay. All right. Any other income at this time?
No, ma'am.
Married or single?
Single.
Any children that you legally support?
Yeah, I have my two sons.
Two children?
Currently, right now, I have a $0 a month child support payment, but I have to pay $25 to my rear.
Okay.
I just got out of prison in May.
Oh, I'm sorry you went that direction. Hopefully you're coming back the other way for good.
That's what I'm working on.
Okay, I'm going to appoint Attorney Darren Patterson, but you still have to fill out your paperwork before you leave and give it to the officer.
All right. Thank you,
And then-
ma'am.
You're welcome. And then you have to go across the street to Darren Patterson's office, give him all your contact information and see if there's what they can do to help you on this. And we'll be back. What day? It'll be a Monday at 8 o'clock. What day will that be, Destiny?
November 10th, Your Honor.
Okay.
It's far way out. Don't forget to see Mr.
Well,
Patterson or come back to court.
I was hoping it'd be further out because I have a court date November 5th for child support in Wichita, and right now I'm in Wichita work release, so
All right, well,
that works for me.
you can do better. Make sure you do.
I'm working on it.
All right, don't forget to go see Mr. Patterson. Don't forget to leave your paperwork.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
You're welcome. You're excused at this time.
The next one up is Marshall Gaddy, last name Gaddy with a G.
We are on the record in 2025 TR 1239, State of Kansas versus Marshall Caleb Gaddy. Jared Regier for the state, Mr. Gaddy appearing in person. And pro se, this is your first appearance, Mr. Gaddy, so I'll go over your charges. You're charged with speeding 75 in a 55 mile per hour zone. That is a traffic infraction that carries a scheduled fine, but no jail time. The scheduled fine for 75 in a 55 would be $105 with 108 court costs. $105, $108 for a total of $213 on count one. And then on count two, you're charged with driving after your license had been restricted, suspended, or revoked. That charge I don't see 8245 very often, Mr. Regier. I have to look that up for sure to tell you right.
I believe that license restriction was just corrective lenses, and I did I did get corrective lenses. I did not have them on that day.
Okay, that's driving with, okay, driving without restriction or driving in violation of your restrictions. I don't see that one quite as often, but let me double check that. Like I said, I want to make sure I give you the right possible penalties. Every person shall have such person's driver's license in such person's immediate possession at all times. However, no person charged with violating the section shall be convicted if you produce in court or in the office of the arresting officer a driver's license issued and is valid at the time of your arrest.
With all due respect, Your Honor, the
That's
court does
244.
appear to be referring to KSA 8244. State
Right.
understands as the ticket charges count 2 under KSA 8245.
Right. The licensee may operate in compliance with the restrictions. The division determines the appropriate restrictions that are necessary to assure the safe operation of the motor vehicle. It's a misdemeanor for any person to operate a motor vehicle in any manner in violation of the restrictions imposed in a restricted driver's license issued to such person. Violation of restrictions on a permit on a first conviction shall not exceed $250, and the court shall suspend a person's privilege to operate a motor vehicle for not less than 30 days or more than 2 years. It goes on to talk about second or subsequent convictions, but this is not charged as anything but a first. So it looks like if you're found guilty either by a plea of guilty, no contest, or at trial, you shall be given a fine up to $250, but no more than, and you shall get your license suspended for at least 30 days, but no more than 2 years. All right, so for first conviction, doesn't talk about jail time, so I can't appoint an attorney to represent you, but you can hire an attorney. Do you want some time to hire an attorney, or do you wish to waive your attorney and represent yourself? Mr. Gaddy?
I will just represent myself, Your Honor.
And Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Regier?
the court did appear to refer to certain sentencing provisions under KSA 8291. The state understands that count 2 is charged under KSA 8245 and pursuant to subsection D of the same, quote, it is a misdemeanor for any person to operate a motor vehicle in any manner in violation of the restrictions imposed in a restricted driver's license issued to such person.
But there's a specific sentencing statute in 8291 for violation of restrictions on a driver's license or permit. And when you have two statutes in contradiction, as that would appear to be, then the more specific applies, and that's why I picked 8291. Now, if we went with the statute itself that says penalties, you shall be guilty of a misdemeanor, then you shall not be fined more than $500, nor sentenced to a jail period more than 90 days, or both. But that's 90 days would still be less than the 6 months that case law talks about appointing an attorney if jail time is over 6 months, or 6 months. So I can give you time to pay an attorney if you want to go out and look for an attorney, or I can accept your waiver at this time if you want me to proceed today. Sir, how would you like to proceed, Mr. Gaddy? Do you want time to talk to an attorney, or do you want to proceed today?
I will just proceed today.
All right, well, in order for you to do that, I need to know that you understand you do have the right to go out and hire an attorney if you wish to. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I might as well do that.
All
That
right.
way I don't. It
Okay.
would just make all this easier.
All right, so let's set this over to a Monday morning at 8 a.m., please, Destiny.
Yes, Your Honor, that'll be November 10th.
All right, I'm going to continue this so you can talk to an attorney to November 10th and be back here at 9 a.m. with that attorney ready to go should you choose one. If you don't wish to choose or hire an attorney after you've talked to one, then be sure and be here ready to go at that time. All right, and is there any, I don't know if there's any chance this is a divertible offense that you could talk to the county attorney about diversion. They usually want you to go and look at their website online. So
Okay.
Deputy, if you have that website, he can look at it and see about diversion too.
Okay.
So please put in the docket notes on the record. He's going to look into diversion and look into hiring an attorney. All right, and you're going to have to be back here. Are you on bond?
He needs to go get processed, Judge.
Yeah, go out and get your picture and prints taken. And I'm gonna give you a $500 cash or surety bond.
Cash or surety?
Cash or surety on $500, yes.
Ooh.
All right, if there's nothing further, we'll be in recess on Mr. Gaddy.
Do we need to take him into custody?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, then he'll have to post his bond out at the jail of $500 cash or surety.
Right,
Okay,
make sure you don't violate any more laws, sir, or you'll get worse problems.
Understandable. The $500, do I need to pay that?
You'll need to pay that at the jail, either in cash or have a bondsman help you post it.
Would I not have to pay that if I just continue today?
Well, I am continuing it,
Okay, understandable.
and you would have to get your picture and prints taken. Now, if we didn't continue it and we resolved it today, you'd have to get your picture and prints taken, but you wouldn't have to pay the bond, no,
Okay,
because your case would be resolved today.
I apologize. Can I just resolve it today? I understand that.
Well, I don't
That-
want you to feel pressured into giving up your right to an attorney, Mr. Gaddy.
Okay,
I'll tell you what,
understand.
I'll make that an OR bond, deputy. Make it OR since he did come in on his summons.
okay.
I don't want to give him the impression that he has to waive his attorney today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Fill out an application if you, well, go hire your attorney, because like I said, I don't believe I can, with these penalties, I don't think I can appoint an attorney.
Understandable.
Okay. While you two are finishing up, there's a William Alexander. How do you pronounce that last name? Acevedo? Acevedo? How do you pronounce that, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. Acevedo.
Say that again, please.
Acevedo.
Acevedo, okay. We're on the record in 2025 TR 1166, State of Kansas versus William Alexander Acevedo Membrano. Jared Regier for the state, the defendant in person and pro se. Mr. Acevedo, you're looking at one count of operating a vehicle without a valid license, a Class B misdemeanor. If convicted, your fine could be up to $1,000 and your sentence could be up to 6 months in jail. Are you going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right to attorney and proceed on your own behalf today?
I would just like to proceed on my own behalf today, Your Honor.
So you're wanting to waive your right to attorney?
Yes,
Give up your right to attorney. You don't want to go out and hire an attorney or apply for court appointed, is that right?
that's right. Yes.
All right, I'll have the record in the journal entry and the docket notes reflect you're waiving your right to counsel. And how do you want to plead to operating a motor vehicle without a valid license?
Guilty, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, you're admitting that you did drive without a valid license.
Yes, Your Honor.
That was April 18th, 2025 in Butler County, Kansas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you remember where you were driving when the officer stopped you?
I think it was,
How about Southeast Turkey Creek 404? Does that sound right?
that sounds about right. Yes, Your Honor, because I was working on a house, in Butler County then, yes.
All right. I will find that I have jurisdiction. And were you on a highway or roadway open to the public while you were driving? There's
I
a
was
road
on
that
the, yes, on the, I think it was on a road for the public, yes.
other people were able to drive on it, not just you.
Yes,
And it wasn't just the customer's driveway or something like that. You went out
no,
into the road. Okay. All right. Was your license suspended at the time?
no, Your Honor, I had a foreign license and the officer didn't take it. Um, the reason was because I'm still working on my papers. I'm waiting for my papers so I can get my license from Kansas.
Where are you
And I
from?
have to wait for my, yes, I'm sorry. I apologize. I have to wait for my papers. So I have to show them proof of identification at the DMV, and that's why I haven't been able to get my license. I have tried going to the DMV to get my license, but they told me that I have to show them proof of my status and my information.
Okay. Well, the ticket says you live in Wichita, Kansas, but are you from Mexico?
No, I'm from El Salvador, Your Honor.
El Salvador. Okay. And so DMV wants some kind of legal proof that you're entitled to a driver's license?
Yes,
Okay. And you haven't gotten those legal papers that they need to see yet?
yes, I haven't been able to get them yet. Yes,
So
but I
you,
do have a license from my country. It's a foreign license, and I showed that to the police officer, and he told me that I would just have to go to court and talk to the judge about it.
all right. Do you want to have an attorney talk to you about these issues and see if there's any legal defense with the foreign license or not?
Well, if I could, I would like to do that. I mean, he might direct me in the right direction of seeing what can I do about it. Yes.
All right. And you said, did you say you were going to work on a house in Butler County when you were stopped?
Yes, yes, that's what I was doing. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you were leaving Wichita, headed into Butler County to do some kind of work on a house.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
I work on a remodeling
Mm-hmm.
business,
All right.
but that's one of the reasons why I stopped working because I didn't want to go out of Wichita to work, and I'm not longer working in Butler County anymore.
All right.
Neither
And
further.
so do you have any income at this time? What's your job now?
I'm only working like about 4 hours, Your Honor, a day at
Are
the
you
moment.
you're a self-employed contractor? Is that what you said, working on projects?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what do you make per month doing that? Or a
I would
week if you
say
know?
probably I would say like about between 300, 350, at the most 400 a week.
Well, 1,200 a month at the most.
Yes,
Okay, and are you married or single?
Mary, Your Honor.
And does your spouse work?
No, she doesn't work. As a matter of fact, she helps me when she can.
Do you have any minor children, that is children under 18 that you legally support?
Yes,
How
two.
many? Two? So
Yes.
you have a family of four, and what do you pay per month for rent or mortgage on a house payment?
For rent, I pay $600 a month, Your Honor.
You have to pay any utilities on top of that, water, trash,
Yes.
electric? How
Everything,
much?
water, gas, trash, everything.
Do you know how much that is?
In gas, I pay like about 200. Gas, electricity, I pay like about 200 and something, and water like about $100.
All right. Any other income besides what you've mentioned?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to show that you do qualify for court-appointed attorney, and I will appoint Attorney Darren Patterson. And are you ready to
Okay.
write down his name and number?
Rápido. No, give me 1 second. They're just gonna bring me a pen right
Ev-
now so I can
Everyone
write.
listen to me. Okay, everyone on this screen, listen to me. Never come to court without a pencil and paper ready to write. Always bring your pencil and paper every hearing. Let me know when you have yours, Mr. Acevedo.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Your Honor,
Okay, I have it ready, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Regier.
in the interim, the state would have it noted on the record that at the appropriate time, the state does wish to be heard on the issue of bond.
All right. Okay, Mr. Patterson is your attorney, Patterson. His phone number is 316-322-7700.
Okay.
Call him as soon as you leave this hearing. Give him your name, your contact number, and your hearing date, which Destiny's about to tell us when that will be on a Monday.
Okay.
November 10th, Your Honor.
November 10th. That's the
Okay.
10th day of November be here at 8 a.m. by Zoom.
Okay.
Mr. Patterson will have your Zoom codes for you, so make sure you get those a day or two in advance from him.
Okay, Your Honor.
And then there is the issue of bond the council wants to be heard on. Mr. Regier, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. While the state does acknowledge the level of and nature of the charge currently before the court, the state understands this is a defendant who was recently before this court on multiple Butler County traffic cases, 23 TR 3541 and 23 TR 3480. It would appear both those matters proceeded to disposition in August of last year, and it would appear both those matters did include multiple charges, including the charge currently before the court today. Under those circumstances, while the state is not opposed to the court authorizing an recognizance bond in this matter, as it would appear that the defendant has appeared pursuant to a summons, the state is recommending an amount of $4,000.
Okay, your bond is 4,000 OR. You must make an arrangement with the officers to get your picture and prints taken for this case. I'm going to let you sign your promise to appear, but it's going to have an agreement that if you don't appear at your next hearing or any future hearings, you're going to owe the state of Kansas $4,000 on a bond revocation.
Okay. So does that mean that do I have to pay a bond now or
No, but you have to
or I'm
sign one. You have to sign
signing?
sign the bond with the promise that you're going to appear or owe $4,000. So you'll
Okay.
need to go in the breakout room when you're through here with the court security officer, set up the time to do it. If you don't go out and get it done in El Dorado when he tells you to, you're probably going to get a warrant for your arrest.
Okay. I can go as soon as I'm done with the court today.
Talk to him. He handles all of that. I don't get involved in the scheduling. He does that. So go
Okay.
into the breakout room. Something's going to flash up on your screen, says invitation to breakout room. Click on that. The two of you will talk privately. When you're through, call Mr. Patterson and set up a time to talk to him. And then make sure you keep the commitment to go out and get your picture and prints taken.
I will do, Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson may have some ideas on how to help you get your license. And if he does, that's certainly to your credit to get it done before the next hearing, if at all possible.
Thank you,
Anything
Your Honor.
else? You're welcome. Anything else, Mr. Regier?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Missy, I think you're administering this hearing, right?
Yes.
Could you please put William Alexander Alvacido in a breakout room with court security too?
Yes, they should all have their invites.
Thank you. Deputy Caulfield, who do you have next?
Last name Pickens, starting with P, first name Mac. Mac.
Mac Edward Pickens, okay.
Okay, Judge, he's coming slowly. Right here and take your hat off. All right.
Have a seat, Mr. Pickens. Thank you, sir. We are on the record in 2025 TR 1219, State of Kansas versus Mac Edward Pickens. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear?
I don't hear. I can't hear.
You can't hear anything I'm saying?
Not much. No, well. I've got her up as loud as I could do it,
Well,
Judge.
I do too. All right,
Okay.
You are Mac Edward Pickens, is that right?
Are you Mac Edward Pickens?
Yes,
And who's helping you there with your hearing?
that's my daughter.
All right, and what is her name?
Alicia Pickens?
Thank you, Miss Pickens. All right, Mr. Pickens, you're here because the state is alleging that you were driving without liability insurance in Butler County on May 28th of 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, do you want an attorney? You can hire an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
No.
You want to represent yourself without an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
But you know you can have one if you want. Do you
I
understand that?
know. It don't matter no more than what this is. I can't see the need for it.
All right. Well, I will show that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to attorney.
Yes.
And how do you want to plead to driving without liability insurance on May 28th, 2025 in Butler County?
Yes.
You want to plead guilty?
Mm-hmm.
Do you plead guilty?
What?
Guilty? You plead guilty if you admit it.
I'm
If you want to
guilty of
admit it.
what? What was I guilty of? Not having a.
The insurance?
The state is saying you were
Not
driving
having
without
the-
insurance.
The
They're
insurance
saying
on the day you were stopped.
having insurance on the day that I was stopped.
May
No,
28th
I
of
guess I did
2025.
not.
Well,
You
you
got
can.
it the day after.
Huh?
You had it the day after.
What?
You got the insurance the day after you were stopped.
I got the insurance the day after I was stopped.
All right. Now, the county attorney has a diversion program. I don't know if you would qualify, but if you qualified and applied, you might be able to get this dismissed by paying a little extra to your fines and costs and showing you have proof of insurance now. Are you interested in that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me look at something here. Do you have a pretty good driving record? They look at the driving history.
Yes.
I just hope it.
This is the new one. Right. Is that what she was asking? No. Huh? No. What?
All right.
How
It looks,
private
from
record.
what I can tell, it looks like
My driving record. Yes. Is that what
Look-
she said?
that's what I said. It looks like you have a pretty good driving record.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. So you can go talk to the county attorney or you can look online. They look for you to apply online. Miss
Okay.
Pickens, do you think you can help him go online and look up that application?
Yes, ma'am.
It's at BUCOKS, short for Butler County, Kansas.com. You may, if you can't find it, just Google diversion Butler County attorney. But they like for them to apply online. There's an application fee. And then he should get, if he's approved, he should get a packet in the mail shortly thereafter to fill out and send in with a payment. They pay to apply and they pay to accept. I don't know how much it is, but maybe they say online, but most people like to do that instead of having it stay on their record and affect their record and their insurance and so forth.
Okay.
But he will have to show he's got current proof of insurance. And the state of Kansas may make him file a document for a while called an SR-22. So make sure his driver's license has his correct address. They only send it to the last known address.
All right.
Okay. All right, so
Okay.
let me give him a new court date and let's make that what date? Let's put it on a, is he going to apply for an attorney also?
You said no attorney?
What?
You said no attorney?
No attorney.
All right, deputy, have him sign the waiver. And Destiny, what date does he come back?
I've got Wednesday, November 19th at 9 a.m.
Let's do November 19th at 9 a.m. Ms. Pickens, he can either come back to the courthouse or he can do that online if you want to help him do it online by Zoom.
Okay.
And
right.
if you don't get the codes from the clerk a day or two before the hearing, call the clerk of the district court and she can tell you the Zoom codes if he doesn't want to come in person.
Okay.
But if he gets diversion, he may not have to come back. They may divert him so he doesn't have to.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for helping Miss Pickens, and Mr. Pickens, you're excused at this time, although you need to go get your picture and prints taken.
All right.
You need to
Let's
read
give
that
him 1,000 OR. 1,000 OR, deputy.
Okay.
Mr. Regier, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Thank you. Mr. Pickens is excused from these proceedings.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. There you go. That's it. That's it.
That's it for here.
Okay. Have a good day. Next one up I have is Brian Johnson.
Okay. I'm glad to go. Thank you, sir.
See ya. Brian.
We are on the record in case number 2025 TR 1173, State of Kansas versus Brian C. Johnson. Jared Regier for the state. Sir, you are Brian C. Johnson, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, appearing in person and pro se. Mr. Johnson, you're here on one count of operating a motor vehicle without registration or with an expired tag, an unclassified misdemeanor. Penalties could be up to a $2,500 fine. That's the maximum. They're usually much, much less. And it could have a 30-day to 6-month jail sentence, but probation is certainly an option and usually granted. You could go look at the county attorney's diversion program I just talked to the other gentleman about, where you pay extra for fines and costs and show proof of registration currently and maybe get it dismissed. Or you have the right to an attorney. You can hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right and represent yourself. You wish to talk to an attorney, Mr. Johnson, before we go any further?
No, ma'am.
You want to waive your right to an attorney, even though you understand you do have one?
Correct, yes.
All right, you don't want to hire or apply for court appointed?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'll have the record show that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to attorney. Do you want to look into the diversion or enter a plea today? You can plead guilty, admitting the charge, and we proceed to sentencing. You can plead not guilty, and we'll set this for trial at a later date. Or you can plead no contest, which means you don't want to admit the charge, but you don't want to deny it and set it for trial. So how do you wish to plead, sir, or proceed?
Can I speak to somebody about the diversion? Because I emailed all the registration and stuff over the day after I got pulled over. So,
Well, the person you talk to would be the county attorney's diversion officer. And you can do that probably by going down to their office and following the receptionist's directions. But in the meantime, I need to know what you're going to do if you don't get diversion.
no
Why don't,
contest.
okay, why don't we set this over? Can we do 11? Is that 11/19 a Monday or a Wednesday, Destiny?
11/19 is a Wednesday, Your Honor.
How about if we put him on that date, 11/19 at 9 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you'll need to be back here 11/19, that is November 19th at 9 a.m. And if you want to do a no contest, you can do it at that time. That'll also give you the opportunity to talk to attorney about your options. That'll also give you time to talk to the county attorney and maybe have it diverted by then.
Okay.
All right, and then let's see, do we need to have his picture and prints?
No,
We don't, he's already done that. He's on bond. I'm not seeing a bond.
None of that. I didn't get arrested or anything.
oh, well, then
You're on a
maybe
summons.
Your Honor, if I may.
Mr. Regier?
registration.
Your Honor, pursuant to the
Oh.
information, this is a case that appears to involve one alleged unclassified misdemeanor.
It's not an A or B misdemeanor, so no, he does not have to get his picture and prints taken. He may have already done that, and that so be it. But if he didn't get arrested, I'm not gonna make him go out and do it now. All right, you may go check on that diversion and anything else you want, just as long as you're ready to go November 19th at 9 a.m.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, next one I have is last name Thomas. Shauna Thomas.
How do you pronounce that first name?
Shayna.
Dana? On the record in 2025 TR 1212, State of Kansas versus Shayna Jashwan Thomas. Jared Regier for the state. Ms. Thomas appears in person and pro se. This is, Ms. Thomas, your first appearance. I will go over your charges and count one. Your charge of speeding 69 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. This is a traffic infraction. It carries a fine, but no jail time. If you were to be convicted by plea or trial, the fine is scheduled at $45 and your court costs are $108. And then on count two, you're charged with driving while suspended. That is a misdemeanor. It is a Class B misdemeanor. It carries a fine anywhere from $100 to $1,000 and up to 6 months possible jail sentence, although probation is an option on the first conviction. On a second conviction, you'd have to actually serve 5 days in jail up to 6 months or a year, up to a year. So at this time, do you wish to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed or waive your right and represent yourself?
Court appointed.
All right, you'll need to fill out an application and leave it with the officer. Are you employed at this time?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Quick shot.
Where? Quick
Quick
Shop?
shot.
Okay, and what do they pay you per month at Quick Shop?
Per month, maybe 800.
Are you married or single?
Married.
Does your spouse work?
Yes.
What kind of work does your spouse do?
Home remodeling.
Self-employed or have a boss?
Yes, he has a boss.
And what does he get paid per month?
Per month, probably 4,000.
Okay, so about 4,800 a month between the two of you. And what do you pay together for rent or a house payment?
For rent, it's 2,500.
Do you have minor children that either of you supports or both of
Yeah.
you? How
Yeah.
many?
I have 3 sons.
So it's a family of 5?
Yes.
Okay, and do you pay utilities on top of the house or mortgage payment? Or rent
Yes.
payment? How much?
Utilities are probably up to 550.
And any other bills that you have to pay regularly? Credit card payments, bank payments, automobile payments, how much?
Credit card payments are about $250 a month.
Okay, anything else?
No, not that I can think of.
And then you have to pay food, utilities and things like that for everybody to survive.
Yes.
All right, I'm going
That's
to,
Insurance, I'm sorry.
what's that?
My insurance as well.
Okay, how much is the insurance?
My insurance is $85 a month.
Okay, and is that for house, car, health?
That is for my house. My car insurance is $120 a month.
120 for the car, how much for the house?
It's $85 because it's a package with the
Okay, and then do you have to pay health or does that come out of what you've already given me?
health insurance is actually $90.
Okay. All right, I'm going to, for the family of 5, I'm going to appoint Attorney Darren Patterson. And the officer can give you his address. He's right across the street from the courthouse parking lot. Go over there right after court and give him your contact information, your case number, and your court date, which is which Monday, Destiny?
November 10th, Your Honor.
You'll need to be back here November 10th. He usually likes you about 8 a.m. And that's Darren Patterson, and he can tell you if he wants you to come any later, but that's usually when he wants you here. And he can probably help you with that driver's license to get it in a little better position for the next court hearing if you see him soon enough.
Okay. I was actually in the process, it was in the process of reinstatement. I didn't know it wasn't already reinstated. It was going to be reinstated the next week. And then
All
this
right.
happened.
Talk to Mr. Patterson. He's got a lot of experience with that.
Okay.
All right. Gonna have to get your picture and prints taken, set up at 1,000 OR bond. You won't have to put that money up unless you don't come back to court.
Okay.
All
And
right,
Your
good.
Honor,
Yes.
count 2, I believe, currently reads as an unclassified or a C misdemeanor. I'll need an amended information. It was put in that way on the ticket.
Yes, thank you. Mr. McGeer, we need count 2 to show as a B misdemeanor.
I'll put a note in the file, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, anything further from either party? Hearing none, Ms. Thomas is excused from these proceedings, but don't forget to get your appointment with the jail and Mr. Patterson.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, next up, last name is Seipel, Seipel, first name Benjamin.
We are on the record in BU 2025 TR 1548, State of Kansas versus Benjamin J. Seipel. Jared Regier for the state. Sir, are you Benjamin J. Seipel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, sir. You're charged in count 1 with driving under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or both, a combination thereof. This is a B misdemeanor. Your penalties could be $750 in fines up to $1,000, and your jail sentence could be 48 hours up to 6 months. On count 2, transporting an open container is an unclassified misdemeanor. The fine could be up to $200. You could lose your driver's license for 30 days. Minimum. Count 3 is speeding 82 and a 55. That is a traffic infraction. It doesn't carry jail time, but it does have a scheduled fine if you were to be convicted either by your plea or by trial. The sentence for 82 and a 55 would be $168. Court costs $108, for a total due on that count alone of $276. You do have the right to an attorney. Do you intend to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right to attorney?
Your Honor, I was wanting to get a diversion, but
That
I-
is something you'll have to look into. Did you go online and look at diversion to see what the county attorney requires?
yes, Your Honor.
And did you apply?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did they grant it or deny it?
I have not gotten anything back yet.
All right. How long ago did you apply?
2 weeks ago.
All right. Well, I'm kind of surprised you haven't heard by now, but you'll need to contact the county attorney. Their office is just down the hall, or their phone number is 316-321-6999. Follow up on that. If they grant that, you'll need to sign a contract and return it with a payment before your next court date. So you're not going to hire or apply for court-appointed attorney, is that right?
Yes,
you're
Your
gonna
Honor.
Okay. Well, you can represent yourself if you want, but if you're denied diversion and decide you want an attorney, be sure to come get a court-appointed application and fill it out and return it to the court as soon as possible. Don't wait till your next hearing date. When is his next hearing date, Destiny?
Your Honor, I have Wednesday, November 19th at 9 a.m.
All right, you'll need to be back here November 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. unless you are diverted, and the county attorney will let you know if you're diverted. But if they don't tell you you're diverted, and if they don't tell you that you can skip court, you better be here or you'll get a warrant. So November 19th, 9 a.m. is your next court date. Check with the county attorney and find out if you're getting diversion or not. Get an application and get it back to me if you decide you need a court-appointed attorney. Otherwise, you're welcome to hire any attorney of your choice. I will continue the $2,000 surety bond you posted, your OR bond you posted, May 31st to 2025, with the added condition that you be nowhere near alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't take them, don't hold on to them, don't possess them, don't consume them, don't be around anybody that has them available, and follow all laws, and be back here at that date and time I gave you to be compliant with your bond and not lose any of the money you posted on it. And
Yes,
to not
ma'am.
get a warrant and go to jail. That's the big thing. Okay, anything further? Now, we had received a note from your dad that he wanted to be present with you because you had just turned 18. Is your dad there with you?
It's the uncle, not the dad.
All right. And what's your name, sir?
My name's John Schott,
How do you spell the last name? S-H-O-T?
SCHOTT.
And you're his uncle? All right. We'll make a note that you are here with him.
And Your Honor, we had applied for a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
Um,
Let me see if I have that application in the file. Well, I'm not seeing the application in the file. Are you seeing it, Destiny?
Yes, Your Honor, I saw it on July 9th is when it was filed.
All right, thank you. I do see that now. And it looks like I did approve it. Mr. Benjamin Seipel, are you still a student? Or did you graduate?
I graduated.
And you're not working, is that right?
I am working.
Is that at an animal clinic?
Not anymore, no. I am doing a remodel with Walmart right now.
So are you working for Walmart or a contractor?
Working for Walmart. And it's supposed to last till October. But there's a chance that I could get it for longer.
Well, it looks like maybe you need to update your application then, because when you turned in this application June 17th, you were a high school student intern, it said, working for Cheney Animal Clinic. And you've changed that since then,
Yes, Your Honor.
and they weren't apparently paying you as an intern?
No, they were paying me. I was getting paid.
Deputy, why don't you give him an application and put in big letters, updated? How much are you getting paid to do that work at Walmart per month?
$15.50.
$15.50 being $1,550 a month?
No, $15.50 an hour, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Oh, an hour. Okay, yeah, have him fill that out as an update.
Okay,
And then call back later in the week to find out if you're appointed and who you have. All right.
Who do we call, Your Honor?
Call the clerk of the district court, and what number would he call Destiny for that?
Just our main line, Your Honor, so the 316-322-4370.
Okay.
Are you going back to school in the fall at all?
I'm not too sure. I'm still thinking about it.
College or a trade school, maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of options out there besides traditional college too. All right, thank you, Mr. Seipel. You're excused at this time. Let's make him get his, he's probably already been bonded, so I'll continue that bond. Your bond is continued again that you have no alcohol or illegal drugs, stay away from where it's located, including parties, liquor stores, bars, and those kinds of places. No alcohol or illegal drugs while you're on this bond. And reappear November 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. And call back and find out who your attorney is later this week if you have one. If not, you're going to have to hire one or represent yourself if you don't qualify.
Okay, or if he gets a diversion, then he would necessarily need an attorney, right?
Well, that would be up to him. You might want an attorney to help him understand what that diversion means and what the consequences are if he violates it or gets in trouble again for this. Because DUI diversion is a little bit different than some of the other forms of diversion. But that's up to him whether he gets an attorney and or diversion.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're excused
Thank
at
you.
this time. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
okay, next one up I have is Patrick Schaefer.
All right, bring him in.
Patrick,
All right, we're on the record in case number BU 2025 TR 1309, State of Kansas versus Patrick James Shaver. Jared Regier for the state. Sir, you're Patrick James Shaver, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The defendant appears in person and pro se. Mr. Shaver, you are here on one count of driving while suspended after a prior conviction for the same. The prior conviction elevates this to a Class A misdemeanor. If convicted, you could have a fine up to $2,500 and a jail sentence up to 1 year, although probation is an option, usually after 5 days served. Do you want to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself?
Apply for court appointment.
All right, fill out an application, give it back to the officer before you leave, and then call later to the clerk's office this week and find out If you have an attorney and who it is, then contact that attorney before your next court date. And
ma'am.
Destiny, his next court date is?
On a Monday, Your Honor,
Yes, please.
Monday, November 10th at 9 a.m.
You must be back here November 10th at 9 a.m. And you must contact your attorney if one is court appointed before then. If you hire one, make sure you have that attorney hired and ready to go for that hearing. I
Okay.
will continue the bond that you have posted with those added conditions. Anything else we need to address on this matter, Mr. Regier?
One moment, Your Honor.
Is this, will this be Zoom too, or will it be?
Yes, it will be by Zoom and you can appear either in the courthouse or by Zoom. If you have an attorney, the attorney will get the Zoom codes. If you
Okay.
do not have an attorney, make sure the clerk has an email for you before you leave today.
Yes,
If the
ma'am.
clerk has your email and hasn't sent you the Zoom codes within a day or two of court, be sure and call and get them. You don't want to miss by Zoom or in person.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
And also, if you need a ride, you better let Butler County Bail Bonding know so they get you here. Otherwise, you'll owe them, you'll cost them $500.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Your
All
Honor,
right.
the state does have one final oral motion to make before the court in this matter.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the state is seeking an additional condition of the bond in this matter, specifically that the court authorize GPS monitoring or that the defendant be ordered to appear in the alternative in person for all future proceedings. This is defendant who has a history of multiple cases in the Butler County court system, including 22 CR 301. In that matter, it would appear that proceeded to disposition in May of 2023. In that matter, I am showing at least 3 prior failures to appear,
I
and
had no, I had,
including at least 1 pretrial setting, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I ain't had no failure to appear, so, you know, I've made it to all my court dates. You know, that 2022, my lawyer kept postponing it so that we could get things straightened out because they had my couple journal entries not right, you know. That's why it kept going on for so long. And my lawyer was Watts, James Watts.
Mr. Watts usually takes felony appointments only. So were you looking at a felony originally?
Originally I think it was a felony. It was a possession of hallucinogenics or whatever. And they were trying to say that it was my third or more, and which it wasn't. It was only my first one, you know. And so, yeah.
So he got pled down to a misdemeanor, Mr. Watts did?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
But
Well,
I was in court when I was supposed to be, or in the Zoom when I was supposed to be, you know.
all right. Well, Mr. Shaver, it looks like you have pending right now a case in
I've got,
Raleigh County, Wellington, maybe.
no, ma'am.
You don't have something going
I just
on?
got out of the penitentiary like 4 months ago. I'm
Well,
on
I
parole.
show, okay, well, I show CLW, which I think is abbreviation for Cali Wellington. I may be wrong. That's 2024 LM 804. Then I have a BU 2025 TR 1309, driving while suspended second. And that's the case we're on today. That's pending. I have a 2024 a limited matter. That's not a criminal. 2023 state of Kansas looks criminal. Liability insurance driving while suspended second. That has a disposition date of October 24. That is the one that Mr. Regier was referencing. You referenced 22 CR
I was in prison,
3401.
ma'am.
Well, according to this, sentence October 7th. We do Zoom hearings from DOC prison.
Yeah, because I went to prison, so I didn't make it to that court date. And then instead of doing the Zoom thing, they put a warrant out through Butler County. So I had to sit there and I had to come back on a case where I got shot at. That's when they brought that warrant up and then put me in front of the judge or whatever. And they they worked it all. We worked it all out,
Well, I show that October 7th of 2024, you appeared before me and you were
Man, this
convicted and
is
sentenced. And you had your sentence run concurrent with a Harvey County matter, driving while suspended. Second was the charge you had in front of me. And then there was, okay, now is that the 23 or the 24? Okay, let me back up. 25 TR 1309, today's case. Then there was a 24 limited. Then there was a 23 traffic before me that I was talking about that we ended up sentencing, running it concurrent to Harvey County, a 20 case they had on you. And that was a guilty plea in that 23 case. Then in 22, you had a Butler County case for criminal trespass, and
that's the one he said I missed court for.
the 22, well, he may have meant
Yes,
something
ma'am.
else. But that was possession of a depressant and
Oh
criminal
yeah, depression.
trespass.
Yeah.
And then there was a 21 CR for possession of opium, narcotic, or certain stimulant.
21.
23 R driving while habitual, driving while suspended, second. And then there was a 2020 limited, a 2020 CR for possession again of opium, narcotic, a certain stimulant, as well as possession with intent to use drug paraphernalia. And then there was a 2020, I'm not sure what that is, event. I'm not sure what that is. 2020 CR 291. Your history just keeps going back a long ways.
Ma'am, a lot of them I've never, it's got to be a mistake because, they would have locked me up. They would have locked me up on parole because I got out of prison last time or the time before this, 2019. And I did good. I wasn't even in Kansas most of the time from 2019 to 2022. I was working on the road. So, and then,
Well, here's a 2003 traffic unlawful acts, failure to wear a seatbelt, driving while habitual violator. And then in 2006, there's a theft, 2006 ag assault, depressants.
I've already,
that
I was young and I've grown up a lot.
Okay, well, you've got a wide variety of charges and convictions since that period of time.
Okay,
If you think some of these aren't you, you might want to talk to your attorney.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, so were you applying for attorney or hiring
Yes,
attorney?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to apply for them.
Okay, where do you work? You said you just got out of DLC when?
Well, I was in work release the last year of my DLC time. I work at All Metal Recycling. I'm the second shift maintenance man.
All right, and what do you get paid at the recycling for per month?
Per month. Well, after they do all my garnishments and everything, I make about $1,200 a month.
Married or single?
Single.
Children?
Yeah, I got two. One's 24, and one's 16.
Do you support the 16-year-old?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you're single and you support one child, so it's a family of two. And how much do you pay in rent or mortgage?
My rent's only $325 a month.
$1,200 a month, $325 in rent.
My electric's anywhere from 60 to 150. This month's 150 because of the AC running, but
Any other payments besides those?
My water bill, 70 a month. Butler and Associates and Holland and McVeigh, they garnish almost 25%, if not more, of my check
Butler. Okay, Butler and Associates, that's probably collections on a court case, or is that something civil?
Collections on the court case.
How much do they get each month?
Probably 1,200.
Does that make you go in the negative each month? You're not making as much as you pay out?
I do little side jobs every now and then, when I need money, like I'll do a remodeling job, on the weekend to make ends meet.
All right. Well, I want you to fill out a written application for court-appointed attorney. It sounds like
ma'am.
you'll probably qualify. And if you do, I'll appoint Darren Patterson. And you'll need to be back here with him November 10th at 9 a.m. I think you said, Destiny.
That's correct, Your Honor.
But get that application in and call back and confirm that he is your attorney before you go see him. Once you know it's him, get over there right away, though.
8 a.m. Okay. Yes, ma'am, I will.
All right. Anything else we need to take up on Mr. Shaver's case?
Your Honor, the state does renew its oral motion for GPS monitoring, or that the defendant be ordered to appear in person for all proceedings in this matter.
I will. Okay.
Ma'am, I can't afford the GPS right now. I'm barely making it as it is.
All right. Who brought you to court today, Mr. Shaver?
I walked up here.
You live in El Dorado?
Yes, ma'am.
Not Augusta.
1103 Cave Springs.
All right. Well, you keep coming to every court hearing, and I'll continue the bond without GPS. But if you fail to appear, you're gonna not probably like what happens.
I know. I already know.
You've been through it a while. Okay. All right. Don't violate any laws, including don't drive. Because it looks
Yes,
like you're
ma'am.
still suspended.
I got a thing from the state saying that I need to go take my driver's test and my written test to get my restriction.
Well, do whatever you want to do on that. I'm not going to advise you that. But unless you've got a legal license, don't be driving.
Yeah, that's why I'm working on getting my restriction back. I had a restriction before this happened, but they suspended it again because of a ticket I got before I went to prison. And I didn't know it, and that's when I got pulled over with this. Last I knew, I had still had a restriction.
Your attorney can advise you on
ma'am.
where you stand.
Yeah, give it back. Yeah. All right. Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
go find a quiet space to fill that out and get it back to the officer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll
Thank
be
you.
in recess on Mr. Shaver.
Next one up, last name Van Buren. Zoe.
We are on the record in case number BU 2025 TR 1252, State of Kansas versus Zoe Marie Van Buren. Jared Regier for the state. You are Zoe Van Buren, ma'am, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're here on one count. It's called driving without liability insurance, a B misdemeanor. The penalties could be up to $1,000 in fines. The minimum fine has to be at least $300, but it could be up to $1,000, and the sentence could be up to 6 months in jail. You do have the right to an attorney. You can hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. Or you can waive your right and represent yourself. If you can provide proof that you have insurance now and pay to apply for diversion, depending on your criminal and traffic history, the state might be willing to grant you diversion and dismiss the ticket.
Okay, I can do the diversion. I have insurance now.
Can you Do you have the record that would qualify you, do you think?
Yeah, I don't have a bad record.
And do you have the funds to pay the application fee and the acceptance fee?
Yes.
I'll give you one continuance for that, but I'm not going to continue it a lot. I see some things on your record that makes me think you might have trouble coming up with all the obligations, including the financial for that, but that's between you and the county attorney, as long as you don't keep coming in here asking me for continuances and extensions. Okay, so you're going to apply for diversion. If you want an attorney, you better get out there and hire one, or if you need to apply for court appointed, get in here and get an application turned in as soon as possible. Don't wait until the next hearing to tell me you couldn't find an attorney. All right, so Missy, when does she come back? She's applying for diversion.
Your Honor, I have Wednesday, November 19th at 9 a.m.
All right, November 19th at 9 a.m. You'll need to be back here. Either be diverted or have an attorney and be back here ready to go. November 19th at 9 a.m. Miss
Yes,
Van
ma'am.
Buren. All right, and on the issue of bond or anything further, Mr. McGee?
It has nothing to address on that issue, only that the defendant does appear today pursuant to the notice to appear date on the ticket, Your Honor.
I'll set her bond at 1,000 OR, deputy.
Okay, got it.
Thank you. If nothing further, we'll be in recess on Van Buren.
And Your Honor, is the court ordering booking as well as that
I am
1,000?
I'm ordering booking.
Thank
Don't
you.
let
You're
her
already
run
set
over.
up for that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got her set up for it.
Okay, next.
Last name Fay, F-A-Y, and
I
I'm
have it.
not even gonna try the first name.
What was the court?
All right, bring in the defendant, Fay.
There you have.
We are on the record in case number BU 2024 TR 2304. State of Kansas versus Titania.
They put the wrong name down, Your Honors.
What's your first name?
My name's Aiden.
Aiden Tide Tatanyamne Fay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd love to know how that's actually pronounced, but as long as I can do Faden Tide Fay, I can do that. I'm not sure about that third name.
I'm not too sure either.
I love that. Very good. Well, I assume your parents were. Sounds like something to do with the pyramid, but I'm not even got it. Okay. All right. Sir, this is first appearance. It looks like in a summons that made it way to your father's house. And
Yeah.
you followed it down to the courthouse, so good for you. Were you served by the Sedgwick County Sheriff? Or did they just
yeah.
leave it? Or did they just leave it tacked to your dad's door?
They left it on his door, and they left it 2 hours after I was supposed to show up to the Zoom meeting. And so I called at around noon that day, and I just kind of bounced around calling people like court clerk, warrants lady, and they were like, well, we don't want you to come up here and turn yourself in if you don't have a warrant yet. And because I live in Wichita, and so that kind of waited. And then I admittedly forgot to keep calling back after the first week. And then I went to apply for a second job just to kind of have some fun money on the side. And they said I couldn't because I had a warrant. And I was like, oh, Oh, well, alrighty. And so I started calling up here, and then that's when I
Now
turned
that's
myself in to you guys.
turned yourself in, and it looks like December 5th, and you signed off on a bench warrant and bond, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate you staying with it all that way through. Your charge is 1 count of driving without liability insurance on April 14th, 2024 in Butler County, Kansas. That is a B misdemeanor. If convicted, the fine could be anywhere from $300 to $1,000. The sentence could be up to 6 months in jail or both. Do you want to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive attorney and represent yourself on this matter?
I like to represent myself, Your Honor.
Do you understand that you can hire an attorney? And if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply and qualify for court appointed?
Yes, ma'am.
And knowing that, you wish to waive your right and represent yourself, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well then is anyone making you waive your right to an attorney?
No.
Then I will have the record reflect that you are knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to counsel. Now, on this charge, you can plead not guilty and we can set it for trial, or you can plead guilty and we can proceed to sentencing, or you can plead no contest, which means you don't want to admit it, but you don't want to deny it and take it to trial. So then you'd still be found guilty and proceed to sentencing. Or I could give you some time to look into that diversion you may have heard me talking about with someone else, where you have to apply to the county attorney, qualify. You pay an application fee and then an acceptance fee, show them proof of insurance currently, and then they may dismiss this and keep it off your record. So
Okay,
how do you want to proceed?
if I could do the diversion, that'd be great. And that's on the terms if I'm not going to jail for it, because if it's a fine, I can work something out. But if it's jail time, I got a daughter and a girlfriend that I provide for, and I can't really take time off. Kind of why it took so long for me to turn myself in.
Well, I will tell you that probation is an option that is pretty freely given on this charge. But I can't promise you until your actual sentencing, but it is usually given as probation. So I will continue this at your request to get into the diversion. When is the next diversion review for him, Destiny?
Your Honor, it's going to be November 19th.
You'll either need to be diverted or be back here November 19th, 2025 at 8 a.m. Make that 9 a.m. If you turn out to apply for diversion and you don't get that and you decide maybe I should talk to an attorney, you can always go hire one. And if you cannot afford one, you can always come back to the courthouse and ask for a court-appointed application. Get that back to us so we can approve it in time to actually do you some good before your court date. Don't wait to court and say, well, I didn't get diversion, now I'm ready to apply for an attorney. Don't do that. So you looks like you do need to get your picture and prints taken, doesn't he, Deputy, or not? Bench warrant, maybe not.
No, he would have
That makes
already had that done when he got
Yeah,
that warrant.
All right. I will continue the bond you are on with the added condition that you follow the steps I told you and be back here November 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That thing's almost a year old, isn't it, that ticket?
yeah.
Okay. And do you know how to go check on the status of your diversion at the county attorney's office?
I do not.
They're down the hall. I don't know if their coordinator is available to talk to you. Her phone number is 316-321-6999. They do like for you to check online and try to work as much out online as you can because they have such a volume. But if you can't get it figured out online, or while you're here today, you can talk to them about it, or if necessary, call in, whichever they direct you to do while you're down there today.
Okay.
All right, so make sure you don't show up not knowing what you're doing next time, because I'm giving you time to get an attorney, get diversion, whatever you need to do, okay?
All righty, I appreciate you.
That's quite all right. You may go, sir.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, see you,
You're
thanks.
welcome.
Next up, last name Gilkey, starting with a G.
Well, before I take up Gilkey, I'm going to take up whoever's driving that automobile with the Samsung phone turned on. Who are you, please? Turn that car up, pull that car over and tell me who you are. Looks like you've got a laundry basket or something in the back seat behind you. Samsung SMA156U, pull over. As soon as possible. Anyone else driving, get your vehicle pulled over. I try really hard not to allow anybody to drive and be in my courtroom at the same time.
I'm sorry, I just had to give my son something to eat, but yeah, I'm about to pull over right now.
What's your name?
Claudia Regal.
Hey, get that car pulled over, Miss Regal.
Yeah, I'm just out at the stoplight and I'm about to stop at one of the centers here, right?
All right, we are on the record in 2023 TR 897, State of Kansas versus Jamar Gilkey. Jared Regier for the state. You're Jamar Gilkey, is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Defendant appears in person and pro se. You're here, sir, on one count of driving without proper registration. An unclassified misdemeanor. Fine could be up to $2,500. Sentence could be 30 days up to 6 months. Usually probation is granted. Time to pay is allowed. And Mr. Gilkey, do you wish to have an attorney on this or look into the diversion?
I would like to look into the diversion.
All
Yeah.
I will set this over. Can we put him on November 19th as well?
We can, Your Honor.
November 19th, 2025, 9 a.m. I'm going to order that you be back here or I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. Unless you are diverted before then. If you're diverted, you do not have to be here. But you make sure you go online and you apply for diversion. If it's denied and you decide you want an attorney to advise you, come down, get an application, turn it in, and talk to the attorney well before that court date of November 19th.
Okay.
All
right. If
Okay.
you don't follow those directions, you're going to be in a different position than you are today. All right. So let's see. What's your bond? Looks like you're on bond. I will continue that appearance bond with the added condition that you follow my instructions, divert, or apply for attorney or hire an attorney. You're always welcome to hire, but don't come in here not knowing what you want to do on that court date.
Okay.
Watch me anymore.
Deputy, he doesn't need a bond because he should be. We've had an order for judgment on bond. Maybe his last bond was forfeited. Is there anything we need to? Then he posted another one. It looks like Mr. Regier. Anything else we need to address on his bond?
Not from the state's perspective. The court is continuing the same bond, Your Honor. I am showing an appearance bond in my file for today's date and time, preceded by an order, a journal entry of judgment bond. Looked like that was filed with the court back in October of 2024. So this case does have some significant age to it.
I show a forfeited bond that was filed August 19th of 24 with an unknown bonding company that was forfeited. Then I show, but that's kind of misleading because it says it was forfeited 8/19, but posted 11/9 of 23. So those dates don't work together. Then I show he posted a $1,000 bond May 27 of 25 with a second chance bail bond. So Destin, if you get a chance, could you kind of sort through those bonds and see what's really going on there?
Yeah, I'll look, Your Honor, and I see the bond that was forfeited. It was with Green Feather Bail Bonds, and it looks like they've paid that $500 already on the case. The only balance that I show on the case for the defendant at the time is just $122 in reinstatement fees.
Okay. So it may be all is well and good, hopefully. All right, well, it doesn't sound like he needs another bond, so I'm going to let you go, Mr. Gilkey, continuing that last bond with the added conditions that you follow up as directed.
Okay,
And don't miss your court date that I gave you either night, 11/19 at 9 a.m.
okay,
All right, you're excused, sir.
thank you.
You're welcome. Let's take up Claudia Rangel Gonzalez. So she said she has a child in the car. I don't approve of children coming to court. I think it sets a bad example. And if
Yes,
they're
I'm sorry.
and I think it also puts them in harm's way if they're in a moving car, which it does the
Yeah.
defendants. That's why I like the defendants to pull over.
Yes, I'm sorry. We're just homeless right now and trying to look for a place to live.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you're in that position, truly.
Yeah.
Can't be favorable. All right, let me see if I can find you now. I found you on one copy. I've got a paper copy and I've got a computer copy, and they have to match. So look under the R's here for Rangel. All right, we'll be on the record in case number BU 2025 TR 1210, State of Kansas versus Claudia Rangel Gonzalez. Jared Regier for the state, and you are Claudia Rangel Gonzalez, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Now, the child isn't in a car getting hot, is he?
No, it's on.
It's got the air conditioning on.
Yes.
Where you can watch him to make sure the car doesn't die and he
Yeah.
gets overheated.
No, I'm next to him.
Okay. All right, Ms. Rangel, you are charged with one count of driving without proof of insurance. And
Yes.
this is a B misdemeanor. If convicted, you could serve 30 days to 6 months in jail. You could pay a fine up to $2,500. Have you heard me talking about the diversion to see if you could maybe get the charge dismissed by the county attorney?
Yes.
Is that something you might want to do and think you might be able to do?
Well, money wise, right now, I'm not able to because I'm barely doing DoorDash to
Doing
get myself
DoorDash
back up.
to get
Yeah.
yourself back on your feet, all right?
Yes.
Well, do you want to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right and represent yourself?
Apply for an attorney.
All right, you said you're doing DoorDash. What's your primary
Yes.
job?
I'm sorry?
What's your primary occupation or job?
Just DoorDash right now.
Okay, and how much per month do you get for DoorDash?
Making 1,200.
For the month?
Yeah.
And are you paying any kind of mortgage or house payment or
No, we're staying in hotels right now.
Okay. And what are you paying per month for a place to sleep?
Well, it's like $80 a day.
And how many days a month do you stay there?
It
Stay there.
depends because sometimes I have to use the money for food. So it all depends.
All right. Or is it just you and your son, just the two of you?
I got another son with me right now, but he's older. He's the one
How old
helping.
how old
He's
are your
20.
children?
He's gonna be 28.
Is he working?
No, he's doing DoorDash with me because we had this guy, our car fixed.
Okay, how old is the younger one?
He just turned 14.
So you have 14 and 28-year-old, and you're all living in the car for the most part, but you're spending some. Well,
Yeah.
What determines when you're going to stay in the hotel?
We're not sure. We're just waiting for a victims unit application we did. And we're just waiting for the results for it. They were gonna help me out get to rent a house or an apartment for us.
All right, so you're the victims of a crime as well?
Yes.
And what kind of crime was that, if I may ask?
One was the domestic violence.
Okay. So rather than moving the alleged offender out of the house, they moved you out?
The problem was that when we were living under his, in his apartment, it was under his name, and he had us evicted. He had the lease terminated before
see.
time.
So you
So we had
weren't,
to,
you weren't married at the time?
no, we'd never been married. We were living together for 13 years.
Is he the father of either of these children?
Yes, the last one. Right now though, he's in jail because of he has rape violations.
Okay, so the father of the child, the 14-year-old, is the alleged offender. Has he been convicted of the domestic violence?
He was, but the thing was he had his court this month, but since he was they pick him up for the rape violations. So I'm not sure how that court went.
So they gave him probation and then he went out and
No,
got it.
he's in court. He's in jail right now.
Okay.
And then he's gonna be, even though whatever happens, he's ICE has a detention on him.
Okay. All right, so you don't have anybody helping you other than your older son to help you do the DoorDash?
Yeah, for now, yeah.
And he's living in the car with you and the other son for the most part?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to appoint Attorney Darren Patterson. Can you have something to write down his name and number?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, got it.
It's Darren, and then the last name is Patterson, Patterson. His number is 316-322. 7700.
7700.
Court
Okay.
Security and Destiny, make sure I'm giving them the right prefix. I'm not sure if I've been saying 322 or 321.
It is 322, Your Honor.
Okay, just try to monitor me, make sure I don't say that wrong to somebody. That would be very bad. All right.
Yeah.
So call Mr. Patterson. Tell him your name and your situation and your court date. And are we going to go for November 10th on this one, Destiny?
We are, Your Honor.
November 10th, he'd like you to be here at 8 a.m. by Zoom. Now, make sure you're at a place where you can keep your phone charged. Because you could be on there all day or all morning like you have been today, and that phone can die if you don't keep it charged. Make sure you can deal with the temperature around you. That's not too hot or too cold in the car. You may be able to go to Mr. Patterson's office, but it's in El Dorado, and
That's 2 hours away. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So bond, let's see what you've got going on bond, if anything.
No.
Need process, Judge.
All right, since you're here on a citation, you need to make arrangements with the deputy to go to El Dorado and get your picture and prints taken. I'm going to give you a $1,000 OR bond. You don't have to put up the money unless you fail to come to court, and then you'll get a warrant and a bond forfeiture.
Okay.
Okay, so look for an invitation to a breakout room with court security too, and he'll direct you through all of that.
Okay.
But
Sounds
call
good.
Mr. Patterson as soon as you can. He may close for the lunch hour, but keep calling until you get through.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Aguirre, anything further we need to address?
From the state, Your Honor.
Ms. Rangel, anything further?
No, that's it.
All right, look for that breakout room before you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in recess on Rangel Gonzalez. Okay. Who do you have in court security there?
This is Amber Fleeman.
We are on the record in 2025 TR 74, State of Kansas versus Amber Louise Fleeman. Jared Regier appearing for the state. Defendant, you are Amber Fleeman, is that right?
Yes.
Defendant Amber Louise Fleeman appearing in person and pro se. Ms. Fleeman, you're here on one count of driving with unlawful registration An unclassified misdemeanor. Penalties include a fine up to $2,500 and a sentence of 30 days to 6 months, but the fine could be much less with time to pay, and probation is an option on the jail time. Do you want to have an attorney? Do you want to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive attorney and represent yourself? And or do you want to look into diversion that we've talked about with others?
I'll just represent myself.
All right, you don't want to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
No.
Do you want to look into the diversion program and see if you qualify?
Honestly, I just want I want everything to be done, so I don't want to drag it out any further, so no.
All right, so you want to represent yourself today, and is anyone making you waive your right to an attorney?
No.
Do you understand that you can apply for court appointed if you can't afford one?
Yes.
All right, and you understand that I'll give you time to look into diversion if you want to apply for that?
Yes.
And that while you might pay an extra in diversion fee, you could also maybe get this dismissed and keep it off your record and couldn't be used against you in insurance matters and the like.
Yes.
All right, knowing all that, you still want to waive your right to an attorney?
Yes.
All right, I'll have the record reflect that you're knowingly and voluntarily waiving your right to counsel. Officer, could you have her do that in writing as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just print your name there and read that and then sign it there.
Just you said print and sign.
Yep. All right. All right, Your Honor, she signed it.
All right, Miss Fleeman, I see you have signed that, so I'll have the record reflect that you both orally and in writing waived your right to counsel. How do you wish to plead to the unlawful act of not registering your vehicle? You can plead not guilty, and we can set this for trial at a later date. You can plead guilty and you'll be convicted and will go to sentencing. You will have given up your right to trial with that plea. Likewise, you'll give up your right to trial if you plead no contest. No contest means you don't admit the charge, but you don't deny it either. You'll still be found guilty even though you didn't admit it, and we'll proceed with sentencing today. How do you want to plead?
Guilty.
And by pleading guilty, you're admitting that you did drive without a legal tag in Butler County on August 9th of 2024?
Yes.
Is anyone making you enter this plea today by any threats or promises?
No.
And again, do you understand you are giving up your right to a trial with this plea?
Yes.
And that you will be convicted and unable to appeal your conviction?
Yes.
All right. As I look at the citation, it says that the officer stopped you while you were driving on U.S. Public Highway 254 at milepost 23. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Is that over towards Leon? Is that where you were? Do you know?
It was right as you're getting outside of town of El Dorado, like where the Casey's at. And then you go over the overpass.
Oh, okay. So you're north of El Dorado? South of El Dorado.
I believe so. I'm sorry, I'm not good with geographs.
Is she south of El Dorado on 254?
Out past high school.
You know where Walmart is and Casey's? Like it was right past there.
On the way to Tawana, toward Wichita.
Yes,
It's on 254.
yes.
So on
Okay,
254 past the
okay,
turnpike.
I got it, I got it. I was thinking of 54, not 254. Okay. All right, that's clearly within Butler County. I trust Mr. Regier. And that is cited, he cited 8-142. That is that registration and title offense again. So what was wrong with your registration or title?
I
Would
just
make you
hadn't,
guilty?
I just hadn't had time to, or honestly, the finances to get it registered yet. I was kind of in between jobs right after I had purchased the vehicle in April. I was in between a job for traveling, and I had just started that my traveling with that in July that summer in Larned, Kansas. And so I was just trying to build up the money to get it registered.
Okay,
I just
so
hadn't got it yet.
let me see if I understand. So you'd bought the car, but you didn't have the time and the money to get it registered, therefore it didn't have any kind of legal tag on it, or did it have an expired?
It did. It had an expired temporary tag.
Okay.
It did have a temporary one.
But it had expired. Okay, I understand, and that is a factual basis to support your plea, which I find is knowingly and voluntarily entered. Mr. Regier, any recommendations on sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. In this matter, the state is prepared to recommend a $50 fine that the court imposed court costs, as well as a 30-day suspended jail sentence subject to 6 months non-reporting probation.
All right. Ms. Fleeman, at this time, anything you want to say before I determine your sentence? You don't have to, but you're welcome to if you want.
I think I told you that, the case of the reason why it wasn't registered. And so, I mean,
Okay.
I did get it. I did eventually get it registered.
All right, because you don't want to keep getting stopped for it. At this time, I am going to order that your fine is $50. Your court costs are $108 for a total due of $158. Can you pay that today, or do you need some time?
I actually paid a bond, because I missed my
Yes,
first
cash
court
bond.
case with this.
Yes, you did post a cash bond. Let me see what the amount of that was. $500 on June 1st. Do you want to apply that towards your fine?
Yes.
Then you'll need to go by the clerk's office and sign a release. And I think someone else may have signed off on that bond with you. That person will have to sign off on the bond to get that released. I saw that person's name, someone in Fort Scott. You're from Fort Scott?
Yes. It was my husband that posted the bond.
Okay, I think the clerk will tell you that he'll have to sign off on a release, but stop by there and the clerk can tell you how to get that all done. I'm going to order that you have it paid within 30 days because that'll give you and your husband time to get all your signatures and get them back to the clerk. So.
In your honor,
Yes.
we
Yes.
are on lunch right now. If she just wants to call in after lunch and provide her email address to the clerk's office, then we can send it to her through email, and then she could either drop it back off with us, fax it back in, or mail it back in.
So will someone be at the clerk's office to give her that address, or are you going to give it to her? How to get her email to you?
Yeah, she'll just need to call after lunch, after 1, when everybody's
All right. Would you give her the number to call?
Yes, of course. 316-322-4370.
All right, and call them and ask them what you need to do to get your bond to pay for your fines and costs. And then I'm going to give you a 30-day jail sentence. You will not have to serve that so long as you successfully complete a 6-month non-reporting probation. That means you don't have to see a probation officer, but you are on probation for 6 months. To be successful on your probation and not get it revoked and to have to serve your jail time, you have to do a few things. One is don't violate any laws for the next 6 months. 2, get that paid within 30 days, whether it be by your bond or by check or money order or whatever you need to do online. And then 3, she doesn't need to get any booking done because of her bond, right, Deputy?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, I think that covers it. Mr. Regier, anything further on the Fleeman matter?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Fleeman, any questions or anything else you'd like to say?
Do I need to follow up with the probation?
You don't know, it's a non-reporting probation. It just means that at the end of the 6 months, your record will be checked, and if you've got any violations or if you haven't paid, you can get yourself revoked from that probation and have to serve 60 days or 30 days. But as long as you pay and don't get any more violations, you should be fine. Your probation can close and the case can close at the end of the probation period, which is, I think I'm getting my dates mixed up. It's a 30-day jail sentence, 6 months non-reporting probation. So you're on probation for 6 months, even though you don't have to see a probation officer.
Okay.
Now, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
You do have questions?
No, I do not.
Okay, all right. Mr. Regier, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then Ms. Fleeman is excused at this time. Let's take up Cheryl May Earl. I've been watching her sit here patiently for a long time. On the record in BU 2025 TR 1216, State of Kansas versus Cheryl May Earl, Jared Regier for the state. The defendant, Cheryl May Earl, appears in person and pro se. You are Cheryl May Earl, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is your first appearance on one count of driving without liability insurance, Miss Earl. As you probably heard all morning, this is a B misdemeanor. The penalties include a fine of anywhere from $300 to $1,000 and a possible sentence up to 6 months, although you will probably get the lower end of the payment with probation, and that would be most likely a non-reporting probation. You do have the right to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or waive your right to attorney and represent yourself. You also have the opportunity to apply for the county attorney's diversion if you want to pay a little extra in diversion fees and maybe get this dismissed and kept off your record. How do you want to proceed, Ms. Earl?
I had a question about the diversion.
Okay, go ahead, ask it.
So if I were to take the diversion and then present them with proof of insurance, I haven't been insured lately. My boyfriend's been taking me to and from work and doing all of that. So would I need to then just get insured between now and then? Could I still apply, would the diversion still work, or would it need proof of past insurance? Does that make sense?
It does. I think they just want current insurance. But if you go on their website, it'll tell you what they require. And that website is short for Butler County, Kansas, bucoks.com. Again, that's bucoks.com. And look for the diversion, county attorney diversion. If you can't find it when you look under bucoks.com, Google Butler County Attorney Diversion. If all else fails, you can call them at 316-321-6999 and talk to their diversion coordinator.
Okay.
But you have to first apply.
I think I will go ahead and.
Okay,
I'm sorry, go
look
ahead,
at
Your Honor.
Well, you first have to apply, and then if you don't get something in the mail from them, either denying it or agreeing to it and with the contract for you to sign and return. If that doesn't show up in a few weeks in your mail, you better be calling and find out whether they accept it or reject it. And if they reject it,
I do think.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I do think I will go ahead and represent myself today just to avoid any further complication.
All right. Is anyone making you give up your right to an attorney?
No, Your Honor.
You understand you can hire any attorney of your choice, and if you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you wish to give up your right at this time and represent yourself.
Yes.
Okay, now you can, I will have the record reflect you've knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney, but you can always reinstate your right to an attorney You can always hire an attorney or apply for court appointed. If you don't get the diversion in a reasonable period of time and you decide you want to apply, contact the court, get that application back to me as soon as possible so I can get the attorney appointed and you don't have to wait and come in here without an attorney not knowing what you're doing or the attorney knowing what he or she is doing. Let's get that taken care of. Don't wait till court. All right. When is her court date, Destiny?
Your
When is
Honor,
it?
November 19th.
November 19th. And let's put you at 9 a.m., Miss May. Or Miss Earl.
Alrighty.
Okay, November 19th.
And that
9
was
a.m.
9 a.m., Your Honor.
Yes, and you could be diverted
Okay.
by them. You wouldn't even have to reappear.
Okay,
Oh,
I understand.
okay, anything further, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, the state's records appear to suggest this is a defendant who appears pursuant to a summons.
Excuse me, I see that too. So, Miss Earl, you are going to have to make arrangements to get your picture and prints taken and post a bond. I'll make it an OR. Let's make that 1,000 OR. Which means you're going to have to go into the security, go into a breakout room with security, and they'll set up a time for you to find your way to El Dorado and do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything further, Miss Earl?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then look for that breakout room and get that set up and make sure you look for diversion and get that started as soon as possible. So if you need an attorney, you can get one.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Miss, if you would please put them in a breakout room.